I'm in shock. So my wife is cheating on me with manager.
Idris drove into the church premises and found everywhere empty. There was no one in the church. He was wondering if he made a mistake or if he had come to the right church. Is this not our church? Idris asked himself as he checked the signboard again to be sure he was not making a mistake. This is our church. I'm in the right place, he said. As he was walking around the church premises, the security man came out to talk with him. My wife said there was going to be a night vigil today. I was thinking I would come and join the people to pray, but no one is in the church. Was the night vigil postponed? Idris asked the security man. There is no night vigil today, sir. I think you are making a mistake. No night vigil was announced for today. So far as I can remember, as you can see, no one is in the church, the security man tells Idris, who was standing and leaning on his car. He was bemused and felt ashamed at the same time because he never knew himself to make such mistakes. All right, let me go home. It means I did not get the right information. Good night. Idris said goodbye to the security man as he left the church and started driving home. Where did my wife go to then? If she is not in the church and if there is no night vigil, where did she go to and where will she pass the night? I'm confused right now. Idris was talking to himself as he was driving home. Did she lie to me? How can she tell me lies that there was a night vigil in the church when there is no such thing? She has never behaved that way and I'm surprised about her new form of behavior, Idris said to himself. Idris decided to branch off into a roadside suya joint to buy suya for himself. It has been a long time he ate good suya, so it might as well be good if he bought some and eat alone when he gets home. When he parked his car by the roadside and wanted to open the door and come out, he saw his wife standing at the suya joint with Abel. They too came to buy suya that they would enjoy that night. Idris was taken aback when he saw his wife holding hands with Abel as if they are lovers. Is that not my wife I'm seeing? Is my eyes paining me or what? Is that not Stella? What is she doing out here in the night with Mr. Abel? Idris said to himself in the car. He did not open the car door again, but instead stayed inside and observed Stella and Abel as they bought suya and left the place hand in hand. They entered Abel's expensive jeep and drove away into the dark night.
I'm in shock. So my wife is cheating on me with manager. This is shocking. How did they come to know each other so fast? Even me that work in the same company as Abel has never entered his car. How did my wife come to know the white man? She lied to me that she was going to a night vigil, but here she is with Abel, cruising around town and enjoying life as if she has no husband.
Abel said. He decided not to buy suya again, but instead drove home in anger. Idris decided not to think too much about what he saw, but to commence a thorough investigation as to why his wife was mingling with Abel. When he got home, he went to bed straight after taking his bath. In the morning, around 7 a.m., Stella walked into the living room when Idris was preparing for work. He had fixed a breakfast for himself and was eating before his wife walked into the house. Welcome, darling. How was the night vigil? I hope you prayed for me, Idris asked his wife, who walked into the living room with tiredness in her face. She looked so famished and worn out. Yes, darling, I surely prayed for you, but right now I'm so tired. I did not sleep throughout the night. The prayers were so intense. When the prayers were going on, I spoke in tongues for the first time, Stella informs her husband. Really? That's interesting. That means your prayers are truly answered. Thanks so much for praying for the growth of the family, Idris replied. He had decided to play along with his wife, claiming not to know what was going on between her and Abel. He finished his breakfast and went to work as if nothing happened. On his way back from work in the evening, Idris bought his wife a new smartphone. When he got home, he gave it to her as a gift, but unfortunately, they discovered that the new phone uses micro SIM. I will go and cut the SIM card for you tomorrow, Idris assured his wife, who was sad that she could not start using the new phone that night. The next day, Idris took the SIM card to a technician for cutting. However, he also duplicated it. He told the technician to clone the SIM card, meaning he would have 2 copies of the same SIM card so that he can tap his wife's phone and listen to all her conversations. He put one of the cloned SIM cards in his phone and put one in his wife's phone. I have accomplished my plan. I want to know everything happening in my house and in my wife's life. I will use this to gather evidence for divorce. With this, I will be able to listen to all our phone calls, read our text messages. After gathering all the evidence, I will file for divorce, Idris said. There was an early morning staff meeting at Abel's office, and every senior staff was in attendance. Idris was also there. As the meeting was going on, he realized his phone was about to go off because it only had 1% of battery power remaining. He was happy that he had his phone charger with him, so he quickly plugged the phone on an extension which he saw on Abel's table. Idris was happy that his phone was charging while the meeting was going on. By the time we finished the meeting, my phone would have charged 100%, Idris said to himself as he went back to paying attention to the discussions at the meeting. However, when the meeting ended, Idris forgot his phone at Abel's table and went back to his own office. Abel felt lonely at the end of the meeting, so he decided to call Stella to come and keep him company. When he dialed Stella's number, he saw that Idris' phone, which was on his table, also vibrated. He decided to cut the call and send her a WhatsApp message instead. "I want you to come to my office, let's have fun," Abel wrote in the WhatsApp message. "That is dangerous. What if my husband sees me? He also works in the place, as you remember. Why not exercise patience? I will come to your house when you come back from work," Stella replied. "But I'm missing you. You know I have fallen in love with you and I have always wanted you by my side. I'm finding it difficult to concentrate without you. Please, I want to see you here in few minutes," Abel said. When he was done with the WhatsApp conversation with Stella, he checked Idris' phone screen and saw that all the messages he sent to Stella were there. He was shocked. How did this happen? Does it mean Idris hacked his wife's WhatsApp? Thank goodness his phone is here. He will never see this phone again. Abel took Idris' phone, searched through it, and made sure he deleted all the messages that came from him. He then switched off the phone and hid it in his bag. He also took the charger and hid it in his bag, making sure to cover unnecessary tracks. "It's as if he wants to catch me and his wife, but his plans are failed. I'm always 2 steps ahead in this romantic game," Abel said to himself. Someone knocked at his office door. He rushed to open it. He thought it was Idris, but it was Stella. "You are here. Thanks for coming very fast. I missed you so much, Stella," Abel said as he hugged Stella tightly. He forgot to close the office door. "Did you bring your car?" Abel asked. "No way. I used Uber. My husband works here. If I bring my car, he might see it and start wondering what I'm doing here. It is always best to use public transportation to avoid being caught," Stella replied with a smile. Stella was beginning to feel comfortable with Abel. In fact, she too had started to fall in love with him. Her heart was beginning to convince her that what she was doing was the right thing. She had reached the point of no return in her relationship with Abel. After many days of reflection, Stella decided that there was too much to lose if she decides to break away from Abel. She wants her husband to keep his job and all the benefits that come with it. She has also started getting gifts from Abel. The other day, Abel gave her $2,000 and she was blown away. Besides, there was something Abel does for her in the bedroom that she loves so much. Each time Abel uses his tongue on her, she enjoys it so much that it always nearly makes her go crazy. Her husband has always refused to do that for her. He always says he is not interested in such kind of intimacy. So Stella decided to enjoy Abel and also keep her husband. "I bought food for you," Stella said as she unzipped a small bag and brought out a food flask containing plantain porridge. She cooked it with generous catfish and pomo. Abel loves Nigerian dishes. "Oh my goodness, this is so lovely. But I want to eat the other food before eating the one in the food flask." Abel said as he led Stella into a secluded room within his office. The office is so big that it had another secluded room which had bed in it. Someone knocked at the office door when Abel and Stella were intimate together. He rushed to open the door, making sure to cover himself up before going out to know who it was. He was rushing down. He remembered that the door was not locked. When he opened the door, he saw Idris. "Idris, what brought you back?" Abel asked. "Sorry, sir. I forgot my phone here. I was charging it during the meeting. I have come to pick it," Idris said as he entered the office. Stella was in the smaller room, so she didn't see Idris, but she could hear his voice. She was so scared. "Where did you plug the phone?" Abel asked. "Right here on the table, but I can't find it. Maybe I took it but forgot I did. Let me go back to my office and check my bag more properly. Sorry for disturbing you, sir," Idris said as he was made to leave the office. When he turned to leave, the corner of his eyes saw the food flags on Abel's table. He recognized the food flags because his wife has used it to pack food for him severally. "Is that not my food flags? How come it is in your office?" Idris asked as he drew closer and touched the flags. "Of course not. I bought this myself. I made noodles this morning at home, but I couldn't eat it because I was rushing late to work. I decided to pack it in flags." "Nice to hear you have the same kind of flags," Abel said. "I'm almost sure this is my flags," Idris said as he opened the flags and saw porridge plantain in it. It smelled exactly the same as the one his wife served him earlier in the morning before he came to work. "You said you cook noodles, but I can see plantain inside the flags. It's exactly the same plantain I ate this morning. It has the same aroma," Idris said, licking his lips. "Why are you interrogating me? What are you, a policeman? What's your business with what I eat? Cover my food flags and leave my office," Abel shouted at Idris. "I'm sorry, sir," Idris said and left the office. Abel went back to meet Stella and they finished what they started. Months have passed since Stella started doing something with Abel. She and Abel have been regular visitors to the bedroom. They were doing it like newly married couple, and Stella was enjoying it. She woke up one morning and realized she had not seen her monthly visitor. It was late for 2 weeks. Stella decided to test herself and see if she was pregnant. She drove to the pharmacy and bought 2 pregnancy test strips. When she got home, she dipped one of them into her early morning urine. The result came out as positive. She also dipped the second stripe and got the same result. "I'm pregnant," Stella said to herself. At first, she was happy and she wept out of joy. But when she finished rejoicing, she began to think about the implications of the pregnancy. "I'm sure my husband is not the father of this baby. I can't even remember the last time he made love to me," Stella said to herself. She was alone in the toilet where she had done the pregnancy test. She was squatting and the container of urine was still in front of her. "I'm very sure Abel is the father of this baby. He's the one that has not allowed me to rest for the past few months. He is likely going to be the father. If Abel is the father of this baby, that means I'm in a big trouble because the baby will come out as white. If the baby comes out as white, everyone will know that I have been cheating on my husband with a white man. How do I handle this? I wish there is a way to know the father of a baby before it is born," Stella said. She was deeply troubled. "My husband will divorce me if I give birth to this baby, and it turns out that the child resembles Abel. He will chase me out of this house without delay," Stella lamented. Later in the evening, Stella decided to visit Abel to tell him about the pregnancy. When she got there, Abel was happy to hear the news. He too was sure that the child belongs to him. He knew he spent more time with Stella than the time she had spent with Idris, her husband. "I'm so happy to hear this. I'm sure the baby is mine. There is no doubt in my heart that I'm the father of this baby. I'm so happy that I'm about to become a father. I have always dreamt of having a child with a Nigerian woman, and now my dream is about to come to pass. Thank you so much, Stella, for making me a father," Abel said. He has come to love Stella so much after he fell in love with her. He started treating her with utmost respect. He easily dotes on her with money and other expensive gifts. Stella has also come to see Abel as a very romantic man. She likes everything about him, yet she still maintains that she would like to keep living with her husband, who she also loves. She knew she was living a double life but had decided to fully indulge in it. Although Abel had stopped threatening to sack her husband or to post her video online. It was clear now that she could no longer leave the white man because she had fallen in love with him. I'm happy you accepted the pregnancy, but if the baby is not yours, I know we have been spending a lot of time together, but there is still a tiny possibility that my husband could be the father of the child, Stella said. Abel had rushed to the refrigerator and came back with a bottle of wine and 2 glass cups. He poured a generous portion of the wine for Stella and also poured for himself. When was the last time your husband touched you? Abel asked as he sipped his wine. I think it's been a month now. The last time we made love was 2 months ago, Stella said. That's the point. Meanwhile, we have been having sexual intercourse almost every day. I'm so certain that the seed in your womb is mine, Abel said excitedly. They both clinked their cups in happy shares. Just like Abel, Stella was certain she was not pregnant for her husband. However, she was still obligated to let Idris know it is not good if he finds out only when the baby bump had started growing. So that night, Stella gave her husband the second pregnancy test strips. You are going to be a father and pregnant, Stella said. They had just finished eating their 9th food and were getting ready to go to bed when Stella dropped the news. Are you serious? Oh my goodness. So I'm going to be a father soon. This is the best news I have heard in a long time. Thank you, my love, for making me a father, Idris said. In his heart, Idris knew the baby doesn't belong to him. He knew Abel was responsible for the pregnancy. He is well aware of the fact that his wife was having an affair with Abel. That was even why he was no longer interested in getting intimate with her. To him, intimacy with her had become dormant. He had called his mother several months ago and narrated the situation to her. He told her to look for a suitable village girl for him to marry and secretly replace Stella since she didn't want to keep her legs closed and limit the number of men she sleeps with. 2 weeks ago, his mother called him that he had seen a girl. Now that Stella is pregnant for Abel, he would go to the village and bring the girl. He had already sent money to his mother and she had paid the bride price on the new wife. Now that you are pregnant, I don't want you to stress yourself. Tomorrow, I will go to the village and bring one of my cousins to be our housemaid. She will be helping you to do house chores so that you will just relax as a pregnant woman. I love you so much and I want you to enjoy this period of pregnancy, Idris said. Stella was so happy about the news. She had always wanted a housemaid because the work at home is overwhelming. Thank you so much, my husband. What would I have done without you, Stella said. The next day, Idris went to the village and brought his second wife, Mary. He told Mary to pretend to be the housemaid and she agreed.